There you have it. Quick reaction from me as Newcastle draw 0-0 against Villa at the 12:30 kickoff. If you'd offered me, and I said this beforehand, if you'd offered me the draw going into this game with all the noise in the background, not having a striker, which we will come on to in a second, in our recent form against Villa away generally, first game of the season, away from home against Villa, if you offered me the draw, I would have taken it. But based on the play today, we should have won. Like, we missed a striker. Like, I really don't want to play to the narrative. Like, the Geordie fans, big up the Geordies down there once again, packed out the away end, singing, "There's only one greedy bastard." Like, chanting against ISAK. Love it, well done. But we missed him. Like, we missed a striker today. End of the first half, 0-0 going in. I think we had 8 shots on target, 8 shots, 2 on target. Villa had 0 shots in the first half. We had 8, 2 on target. Elanga looked good. Aside from scoring or assisting, I think he had a really good full debut for us today. Looked really quick on the ball, like right-footed, left-footed, crossing it with his right, cutting in on his left. So quick. I could go as far as say is that Gordon, actually, I give Gordon stick for not really knowing where to run as a forward. There was moments where he should have scored, in my opinion, or should have been better placed, but across the pair of them, I thought were creating opportunities, and in that first half, you're kicking yourself that we didn't score the goal. Elanga through on goal, takes his time, takes a touch, and then good save from the goalie. Wouldn't you just know it? Martinez is unavailable, so they bring in some bloke I've never heard of. Has the game of his life, saves everything. We just weren't clinical enough. We just weren't. We just didn't have ISAK. We just didn't have that striker who, like Elanga, took his touch, and I'm looking placed bottom corner finish here, and just kicks it as hard as he can straight at the goalie. And it's like you know, maybe 9 times out of 10 that goes in, but that's the difference though. It's actually putting it in the back of the net, and we basically struggled with that for the entire game. Gordon cut inside a few times, had a shot deflected over the bar. Harvey Barnes was fairly absent for most of the game until right at the end where he had a volley opportunity and it didn't go in. So, you know, in that game where we had all those shots, all of that possession against the Villa side, that, as I say, I would have taken the draw before it starts. So I'm like half happy. We got a good point away from home against a good Villa team, but on the basis of play, you can't help but feel slightly like deflated coming out of that we didn't get the 3 points. So you go in at half time 0-0, but we've almost feeling a little bit like we should be up in this game and we're not. And all I'm thinking is, God, just don't lose it now. Just don't muck up what we've achieved so far. Gordon through on, great ball by Elanga. It releases it at just the right time to allow Gordon to get in front of Konsa, and he gets brought down. Red card. You know, I'm partly thinking, would it have been better to not? Would it have been, because we had all the ball anyway. It didn't matter that they had 10 men. We were already the better side. Would it have actually been better that Gordon ran through and had a chance on goal, scored the goal? You know, the man who's potentially going to play up front against Liverpool in a week's time, and probably up front again in another week's time, unless Wizard gets sorted out, unless we're, you know, Ramos being heavily linked from PSG. Would it have been better to let go and score than get pulled down? But on the flip side, do you trust Gordon to take that on and actually run? Because they had 2 defenders chasing them. Do you trust them to actually get around past both of them and get the shot off? Ooh, someone's got a loud car. Lucky them. Probably not, actually. So I think Gordon getting brought down the red card basically secured our draw. It secured our point. It takes the pressure off, but we're unable, and we're not good against the low block. And first, Villa didn't really low block. They continued to play, but we struggled. Barnes probably had his best shot of the match, where it dropped to him in the back post and swung a leg at it, and Matty Cash, poor bloke, got absolutely pummeled with the ball about 3 times in a row. The thing that stood out, I think the moment that stood out for me in the game, when you're talking strikers, Tino Livramento brought it down the left-hand side and played a ball across goal, and Gordon was just 2 steps behind. Like, he wasn't 2 steps in, bottom corner. Like Shearer would have scored that. Shearer would have been all over that. Like Livramento plays a flat ball across the middle of the 6-yard box, and Gordon's already having to chase the back of it because he wasn't ready and he didn't know where to go. And I don't want to criticise Gordon, because for Gordon being a winger, playing up front, I thought generally speaking, outside of scoring a goal today, he was really good. I thought Elanga, outside of scoring a goal today, was really good. I thought Barnes was pretty questionable, and that would be a fairly Harvey Barnes performance, to be honest, because normally he's fairly quiet and suddenly scores. So on the balance of that, I thought all of them can hold their head high with a good performance. I thought Bruno was pulling the strings. I thought defensively, Byrne and Shaw having that little muck up at the end when they both tried to get the ball, but we were the better side. We had all the shots, we had all the ball, we had everything. You know what we didn't have? A goal scorer. Yeah, I know, and I hate it. I wanted us to win today. Gordon to score. If my headlight to be, who needs ISAK? We've got Gordon. Or Gordon shows, screw ISAK. Nah, that is the honest truth, and the links are that we are close to bringing in Wizza. I think Wizza scores that. I think Wizza, the couple of the chances that we had, and often it's like that one moment in the game. Like, you don't always make that many opportunities. Elanga was brilliant. I think Murphy not being able to cross the ball into ISAK would have hurt his game massively. It made sense to play Elanga because he can create and he can do stuff on his own. Murphy had a fantastic season last season, but I think he relies heavily on whipping the ball. And I made a joke, and it's not true because I'm not good enough. But it was like, I think I would have got a few assists last season if I had ISAK playing up front. If I whipped the ball in constantly, but there was no ISAK, and I think that's why Elanga was a good choice. But it still shone through that we just didn't have that number 9. As I say, one of the big moments today was where Tino played the ball and Gordon just wasn't on it. So yes, I think we hold our heads high. I think we had a good performance from the game today, but undeniably just some of those small key moments where it was me. I'm watching the game with my dad today. He said, well, joking, I'm sure, but partly true. Like, you're born a striker. You know what I mean? You just know where to go. It's instinctive. And Gordon, as much as he might have trained this summer to be a striker, Eddie Howe, go and stand there, Gordon. It just wasn't instinctive enough, and I think that was the problem. We had a few opportunities where just that moment of calm. I think Elanga, I thought he could have done it. If he just had that moment of calm where the ball came in, just take a breath, son, slot it in the bottom right corner. Instead he's trying to whip it across the goal. The goalie saved it, but yes. Thoughts and comments down below. As I say, I wish this video was called Who Needs ISAK? We scored the goal and we won, and Gordon's the main man now. Aside from that, I thought we were really, really good. Based on the negativity that has surrounded this club throughout this summer window, I thought it was a good point. Could have been better, but I think we've showed we've got something going on. ISAK or not, we were seriously competitive today against the team that thrashed us last season at Villa Park. So it was a serious upgrade on that one, but undeniably we were just missing that little bit of magic in front of goal. So yeah, reports are, Wizza's on his way in. Maybe Wizza would be an addition. Eddie Howe still playing his cards seriously close to his chest. I love the chants from the Newcastle. There's only one greedy man in this football club, and we all know who it is. But I think Eddie Howe's being very careful with what he says. I think it's getting closer and closer to the likelihood of Alexander Isak staying this season. And I will say, whether he's a mercenary or not, he just wants the money. He's not off. Doesn't like the football club. If he puts the ball in the back of the net 20 times next season, I don't mind it. And shout out Jeff. He said, good one from him, if Newcastle score and ISAK scores, maybe we'll do the Poznan. Everyone turn around. We'll celebrate with our fans, not celebrating him. We'll all turn around. We'll all celebrate together. Isak's in the corner. Hands up. Nah, I'm not having that. We'll all celebrate over here, mate. We'll all celebrate with our mates. But that's the thing. Regardless whether it's him, Wizza, Ramos, somebody else, it was just, that was the cutting edge that we missed today. But I won't take it away from a good performance. So thoughts and comments on the game down below. Thank you for watching as always. impromptu video outside the pub. What more can you want? Subscribe if you enjoyed this one and you're looking forward to more updates coming very soon. The next game is Liverpool at home at St James's on the Monday night for some weird bank holiday. Friday night, nah. Saturday night, no. Sunday, no. We're going to put it on the day where everyone goes to work the next day. Well done, Premier League. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.